Hey folks, Rich here at RCINFORMER. Today I have an unboxing video of the Air Epic HSD Super Viper. This is the 8-cell version, and as you can see from looking at the box, they're not really putting colorful packaging on it. They're just literally sticking it in a cardboard box, sticking it in a foam crate, and we're just going to kind of open it up and just get right inside and show it to you. This is the 8-cell version of the airplane, and it really looks like one sweet jet. I can't wait to get this out, show it to you guys, and then get it up and flying and get it out to the field for you. Right off the bat, guys, you can see it's packaged real nicely. Looks like all the linkages are already attached and everything so far. Real nice screwdriver over here. I'm going to show you that in closer detail. Super nice aluminum landing gear. Again, this is the 8-cell version, and without taking too much time here, guys, let's get this out of the box. I'll lay out all the parts for you, and I'll show you what's inside. Here's the layout of all the parts that came out of the box, and man, I gotta say, this thing is huge, and it's probably one of the nicest constructed models I think I've seen. It looks like everything is a real precision fit. As I get to putting it together, I'll let you know. Really, there's a bag of screws here, guys, that screws everything together, and that's about it. I don't think there's really any gluing, maybe with the exception of gluing the vortex generator stall fences right here onto the main wings, but those may be just a slide-on fit. I'll know more as I get to putting this together. Now, starting at the top is this huge, beautiful two-piece fuselage. Here's the rear half, front half. The front half has a really nice plastic nose cone. Retract is installed. The main fuselage, all the guts, everything's in there. The motor, fan, ESC, and a main controller board, a PC board, a mixer board where everything plugs into. I'll show you that in closer detail. You see here the main canopy, and of course, like I said, the bag of screws. Two main wing panels, everything's installed in them. Nice aluminum ball bearing supported retracts, servos and rods and hinges already connected and everything. This thing has a very fine finish on it. You see your tail surfaces here all ready to be screwed in place, and that's it. Servos, rods, everything's connected already. Two really nice red anodized aluminum spars, one for the main wing and one for the tail. Never seen one really spars with this kind of finish on them, actually. They're really nice. Really nice screwdriver. I'll show you that a little closer here. Again, your vortex generator stall fences for your wings and an instruction manual. Really sweet airplane. Now let me give you a closer look at each of the parts individually. All right, guys, first part up here to show you is the main fuselage. It's really huge and really hard to show in the camera here, but I will do my best. I'm just holding it out here in front. You can see down in here the mixing board that you see all those wires sticking up waving at us. That is all the lines that your receiver, that plug into your receiver, and that operates your ailerons, flaps, landing gear, pretty much everything. And I'll get more into that into the build and kind of setup guide of this thing. It's going to be probably more of a setup guide because I think this thing is going to go together pretty decently. Super nice battery compartment floor, and the strap is really big time adjustable there. And the floor is well secured in grooves there, so you don't have to worry about that coming up. You can see here the canopy latch right here. Looks like a nice plastic latch that will give a positive lock. Most of this stuff is actually a lot of decals on this. This part's paint, this part is all decals. They did a really nice job applying the decals. Now as we go along the side, you can see how the wing plugs in. It just fits right in here, and then there's bullet connectors that just kind of, the wing just plugs in, and that connects your flaps, your landing gear, and your ailerons and everything. The underside here, you can see your speed controller down in there and the screws to get the access hatch. This is all one big access catch, and it acts as an air intake and also a little bit of an exhaust for reverse thrust, because this plane actually has a reverse thrust fan. You can see the intakes do pull in air, but they're not so big, so it's a combination of the side intakes and the underside louvers here that pull in air and so forth. Now as we run along the back here, we'll get to the tail section. You can see everything just bolts in here. You can see your connector for your elevator, and looks like probably two screws plug this tail on, and it's together. So looking here at the rudder section, same thing. One connector and then some screws to put this thing in place. Moving back to the tail section here and going back to the fan, you can see that huge 12-bladed 105 millimeter fan down in there. Really sweet exhaust nozzle and everything. This just looks like such a sweet, really well constructed model. It is all EPO foam, but I tell you what, it has just a really, really sweet finish on it. Again, you can see the 125 amp speed controller in there. This is set up a lot like the J10, the Air Epic J10. Same speed controller system, but with a different mixing board and so forth. You can see the front goes on with 4 bolts. The front half of the fuselage, you can see there are the blind nuts. There are blind nuts on the nose section, and it's just 4 screws go through there to connect your nose. So anyway, guys, real impressed with this fuselage piece. Definitely an A+ on this thing. The next part up to show you here is the front section, nose section of the fuselage. You can see the HSD logo on the front of it. Real nice plastic nose cone. As we flip this around, you can see the retract unit. I'm going to kind of open this up so you can kind of see in here. Flip it around this way so we get a little bit more light in there. Really nice aluminum retract. You can see all your servos in there. It's probably one of the nicest retracts I've seen. Same mechanism as the Air Epic and TAF J10. Probably some of the best landing gear in the business. Now, as I flip this thing around, you can see your blind nuts there, where the screws go through the front part or back part of your fuselage, and then they screw right into here. Another nice big bulkhead, just like on the aft half of the fuselage. Your wires here for your retract, your door, and your nose wheel steering, and they just run through this hole into the back aft half of the fuselage where they hook up to the receiver. But overall, guys, I got to say, super nice part. Very just stellar finish on this EPO foam. It just has such a glassy, smooth finish to it. It's almost hard to tell that it is EPO. The next part up to show you is the cockpit. They did a really nice job on this entire canopy, gluing this together. It's a real precision mold, real precision fit. Has a really nice cockpit instrument panel, real modern looking. The only complaint that I have at all about this thing is they just didn't put any pilots in it, but they did kind of help out with that a little bit, and that is adding seats that you actually can remove. So this is all EPO foam, and these are super nice moldings that will allow you to put a pilot bust in there and put him right in there. Both of these seats come out, and it's just super high quality, really nice design. Next up, I have one of the main wing panels. Simply awesome. You can see here the reflection, how smooth and glassy of a finish this is for an EPO model. These are all decals here that they applied at the factory, and they did one tremendous job. You can see here the wing root section is all plastic. It just plugs right in, no connections to make. You can see right here that there are bullet connectors right here that plug right into the fuselage sides. Right here, as we saw, and that makes really all your connections for your ailerons, flaps, and retractable landing gear. Really slick. Now, I took the liberty of just sticking one of these vortex generators on. You can see here, it literally just slides on. I don't know that you even really need to glue this. We'll see what the instruction manual said, because it goes on pretty firm, and it may be nice to be able to remove that for transport, because it is pretty big, and that stall fence, this stall fence vortex generator really helps out a lot with slow speed flight of these sport jets. So, but anyway, hopefully I don't have to glue it on. I'll report that as I fly the plane and make the setup guide. Now, it looks like they intended to put traditional hinges in here, but instead of doing that, they laminated them all. So these are actually top and bottom, completely laminated hinges now. So air can't get through, and it's not just a foam hinge, it is a laminated hinge. You can see really here how sweet all these ball links, push rods, and servos, they're all pre-installed and mounted like this. Really impressive stuff. I'm kind of sort of blown away by how nice this is. Super nice flap hinges. You can see these things, and how flush mounted they all are. It's really pretty darn slick. You have a submerged type of flap hinge here. You can see how as the flaps come down, they do tuck right into that channel. So very little drag associated with this very, very slick design. And of course the retract unit itself. Again, a lot like the Air Epic J10, all aluminum, ball bearing supported wheels, it looks like. Just super nice. You can see all the spar pockets right through here, running all down the wing. And this thing is really rigid. I'm trying to flex this and it doesn't flex at all. There's definitely a lot of internal structure inside this thing. The decal work is phenomenal. Most of these are all decals they put on here. And I don't know what process they use, but man, they stick to this thing nice, and this whole finish, fit and finish, is just fantastic. This is probably one of the nicest EPO foam wings I think I've ever seen. Here's just a quick look at the tail surfaces. Here's the horizontal stabilizer and elevator, vertical stabilizer and rudder over here. Same deal, guys. All laminated hinges throughout this thing. All the way along here, they did a really nice job putting a laminate in there, installing the servo and the horn and the rod and everything. Again, just by looking at the shine here that I'm showing, you can see how nice and smooth of a finish that this thing is. They just did such a stellar job with this. Now the wings, the elevator, the rudder, all are the same way in that the root is plastic. Okay, and this plastic root, these plastic roots here just plug in with the servo connector, and then this whole thing just precisionally fits where they go for the rudder, elevator, and wings, and then 2 screws go through them, and that secures the entire thing. So really easy assembly process for this whole thing. Beautiful fit and finish. Again, guys, probably the nicest finished model I think I have ever seen. Just a quick look at the aluminum spars here, guys. Usually I don't really show these too much, but you know, this is pretty noteworthy. This has a beautiful anodized aluminum finish for this main wing spar and tail spar. It really just doesn't get too much better than this. We are definitely entering a newer realm of really high quality stuff with this HSD Super Viper. One item I want to mention with this model is this really sweet screwdriver that they give you. It's all aluminum and it has 6 different types of drivers to put on it. The rear section of this thing rotates so you can easily turn it to screw things in. The top unscrews, and then you select which size you want. So it looks like there's a 1.5 millimeters here, probably a 2, 2.5, 3, and maybe a 4 or 3.5, a Phillips, and then a regular. And then of course this baby just kind of fits right in here with the hex, and then the top goes right on and screws on, so you have a really nice tool for your toolbox. So you know, kind of gone are those little red and plasticky kind of screwdriver, one size fits all screwdriver. Now they're giving us a really nice tool to put in our toolbox and to get this thing together. Just outstanding. Last but not least is the instruction manual for the Air Epic HSD Super Viper. Pretty simple manual here, guys. Lots of detail in here for getting the thing together, but there's really not a whole lot to it. In fact, there's only really a few pages. You can see the front fuselage half, front and rear go together with 4 screws. You connect your tail wire, and it looks like 4 screws go in there. Then you get your tail sections on with the spar and 4 screws. And then your wings go on with, you know, the connectors go in and then they plug in with the main spar, 4 screws there. And then you slide on your stall fences and your wing or your vortex generators. And you're pretty much done with assembling the airplane, guys. It's done. They talk about getting your mixing board plugged into everything, to all your components for your gear, flaps. They talk about the buttons that are on there. So really pretty thorough on the instruction manual here, showing you how everything goes together. As I get closer to getting this thing going, I will probably put together a setup and an assembly guide kind of thing, just to talk you through how to set it up. But building this thing seems pretty darn simple. You could see here the center of gravity at 100 to 175 millimeters. It looks like aft of where the wing plugs in, but we'll talk about that as I get this thing together and going for y'all. And as we roll on here to the back, it looks like there's a retract and reverse thrust manual setting. So you have to have some sort of a programming card, a lot like the Air Epic J10 also. You got to have your governor mode on for reverse thrust. And timing mode, it says here set for high, but you know, as I get into this thing and show you more, I'll talk more about that. And then one other thing I kind of never seen before, they show the factory, actually some pictures of their reception area, office laser cutting machine assembly line. Pretty neat color pictures to see in an instruction manual. That's not really anything that I've ever seen. Happy flying. Anyway, guys, that pretty much concludes the unboxing video here of the Air Epic HSD Super Viper 105mm 8-cell version of the airplane. Is available at Banana Hobby. And stay tuned, because I'll be getting, like I said, an assembly guide and a flight demo out for this thing. It looks like one sweet jet. Very easy to get it together. But again, we'll talk about that more as I get the assembly video, setup video, and then the flight demo videos out there for you. Anyway, guys, thanks for checking out this video. Thanks for checking out RC Informer. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.